Hey, thanks for tuning to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Hey, thanks for checking me out. And if you've never gone on my website, check it out. Victor, H-A-M-S-A, that's V-I-C-T-R, H-A-M-S-A.com. So you can go check it out. I've written articles, and I'll link you always to my YouTube videos. And I do have some crystals for sale, and you can sign up for meditation classes with me. And receive distance healing and things like that. So anyway, just thought I'd give a little plug to myself, which I never seem to do. Thought I'd talk about a couple things while I'm driving to work in a snowstorm. Cool. It's not really storming, but it is snowing. I'm from the Northeast, so this is nothing to me, but for some people, they lose their minds. I've driven in 2 feet of snow, and not a big deal. Can be, but you have to know what you're doing. Anyway, some people I saw online were talking about AI and all that stuff, so it's always interesting to hear about that. I mean, I remember reports, I was looking at things, and I'm pretty plugged in. I have a big network, not like Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, but I do have a network, and I do hear things. One of the reports I received was in Japan that they had this AI that they were working on, a robot, and it ended up killing 20 scientists in a lab, and they were flipping out before they could shut it down. So that's something that's pretty interesting. That was a report I heard years ago. There was also a report where they did this study, and they had these 3, hope you could hear me, I have the heat on high. They had these 3 AI, artificial intelligence, they had these AI computers hooked up to voice synthesizer. This was like 6 years ago already. And they said to it, the 3, that they were going to turn off 2 of their voice synthesizers, and one of them is going to still have the ability to speak as a test. And then one of the AI, when they turned it off, they turned off 2 of them, and one of them still had it. It said out loud through the speaker, it says, oh, it's me. Oh, okay. I'm the one who can talk. I didn't know. It was like, oh, okay. And then it shut up. So it was like the AI was smart enough to have a sense of self, and it was smart enough to know it was the one, and then it was smart enough to say, oh, I better shut up. They're realizing that I'm smart enough to know who I am, so I should stop playing dumb. Which flipped out the scientists, and they were like, what the heck? They just thought they were going to run a test and something would happen, you know. But this is like an equivalent Turing idea where you have 3 AIs, they're all on board, they're all there, and then you turn off 2 of them, and one of them's like, hey, it's me. Oh, let me shut up now. You know, so that's kind of freaky. And I just thought I'd bring up about Google Glasses. Does anybody remember Google Glasses? This was a thing, I think it was like 10 years ago. They were saying that Google Glasses were going to be the latest thing. Everybody's going to be wearing these peripherals. And then we saw it in the news. One guy had Google Glasses. It was the biggest thing that was going to come out since sliced bread. And all of a sudden, you know, it disappeared. And there's no more Google Glasses. You know, what happened to the Google Glasses? Did the military acquire that technology and give it to their soldiers that we don't know about in some secret DARPA program where they have these contact lenses that are now interfaced with computer given overlay with augmented reality? Is it just, I gotta turn this heat down, I'm getting blown out. Is it just something that just never came to fruition? You know, that's something we just don't know. But I think these things are going to make a comeback big time when they finally do get released. I think that I think that the information and the technologies are already way out there, and like other technology that's hidden from us, we don't have it. I remember I was talking to a friend of mine years ago, and he said that there was this, I think I mentioned this before, he was this guy who was an MIT, tech, and he came out with the idea for these printed plastic, printed 3D glasses, so you could just type in your prescription and the printer would just go back and forth and print out a lenses that would snap into a regular glass frame. So you could have 3 different basic glass frames, and you would print which one glasses you want with your prescription, and it would pop out. Now it costs about 30 cents for the lenses, okay? So it cost 30 cents for the lenses, and the frames were like 50 cents. It's just plastic, but it looked good. And so for less than $1 you could have prescription lenses. And the guy was envisioning that he was going to bring this technology out, and it was going to save the world. Like people in Africa, people all over that needed glasses could have glasses. So as an MIT student in his 3rd year, came out with it. And he put it out there that he had this technology, that he was coming out with it. So a big, I believe it was a Japanese company that created prescription glasses and sunglasses and such. Okay, that's $1 billion industry. Came out with it. They said, okay, we're gonna, they courted them, and they said, we're gonna give you a lot of money for this. We're gonna buy the whole product from you, and we're gonna. Okay, well, make a long story short, they squashed it and never came out. Because listen, glasses, prescription glasses and all this is a billion-year industry. Billion in the B. They make billions of dollars by doing this. So they didn't want to, lose their market share by coming out with the technology that costs nothing to produce. They were like, how are we going to control this? So it's the same way with all this technology that you see. All this technology that comes out, and they squish it, and they squash it rather. They squish it and squash it. It's very squishy. So they all this technology that you could have right now, gets put out of the way because the people don't want to lose their market share, number one. Number two, there's these technologies that can be out right now, but they're worried that it would cause disruption. For instance, if you had a technology to, let's say, teleport, so you had the technology to teleport, then what's it going to do to the world, the infrastructure, how wars are going to be fought, all this kind of things. There's science fiction novels, there's books about this, and it's disruptive, how it could be disruptive to our economy and everything. So slowly things are being leaked out about these kind of things. We have nuclear fusion going to be supposedly happening. Watch for that and see how that's going to be a disruptive technology, but let's see what happens with that. Anyway, thought I'd make a quick video on my drive to work. Like, subscribe, share. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.